we get started, there's something you should know about the Shirley and Clove podcast.
We like to curse. We use words like and
Yikes. So if you don't mind your kids listening to grown folks talk, turn this up
and let the show begin. Convict.
Chicago, nigga.
Okay. I never heard this.
You can bang and you can hang. I represent the block, so where the shooters at?
What?
Fuck you mean, fuck you mean.
Fuck you mean, fuck you mean.
I pull them dead ups, you can bang and you can hang. I represent the block, so where the shooters at? Fuck you mean, fuck you mean. Fuck you mean, I pull them dead ops. I'm a shooter. Don't make me smoke your ass up. Get the fuck out my face. Keep my name out your mouth, out your mouth. Choke that hoe, choke that bitch, choke that bitch.
Wow.
Don't fuck with me. So
What small town are they from?
Call me Mr.
He's wearing a Cardinals jersey. So I think that's St. Louis.
Let's do this, do this. No locking, no ducking, no ducking. Try not to gang bang. You might get shot quick. Boom, 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 boom. Put a bite on, shoot him in the neck, shoot him in the balls. Nigga, you a black Fuck you mean, fuck you mean, fuck you mean. Fuck you mean, suck my dick, kiss your face.
Come on.
What? They're lying. They're joking.
I represent the block, so where the shooters at?
How do they look like?
Fuck you mean, fuck you mean.
How do they look like?
I don't want to describe them.
You have to.
No.
Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I don't want to put you in that position.
I represent the blocks. Mean my dick is your face.
What? Oh, my goodness.
Allô, bonjour, sac passé, moindre les cloves.
Bonjour, bonjour. Hi, ni hao, and sac passé. I am Shirley, a.k.a. Robyn Maynard. And welcome to the Shirley and Clove podcast.
Nice.
The personal comedy journal of an interracial couple who explores the world plus current events from different perspectives and experiences.
All right.
What's the date today, baby?
It is August 7th, 2021 at 12:30 p.m.
In the motherfucking Eastern time.
That is correct.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
Back to school. Back to school.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
I can understand why some people think like, do they rehearse this shit? No, we don't. We really don't.
That does not sound rehearsed to me, but whatever. Okay.
So, I mentioned my AKA, Robyn Maynard.
Yeah.
So Robyn is a Black Canadian you need to know because Robyn is a Toronto-based writer, academic, and activist.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
That's what I mean. Because she's one of Canada's leading scholars and on policing, Black liberation, and abolition. She's most noted for her 2017 book, Policing Black Lives, State Violence in Canada from Slavery to the Present. It's an examination of anti-Black Canadian racism that explores the enduring legacy of slavery in the ways that Black people experience surveillance and captivity through policing, jails, prisons, child welfare, and border controls.
Mm-hmm.
So the book was designated one of the best 100 books of 2017 by the Hill Times, listed in the Walrus Best Book of 2018, and was really shared in June 2020 during the pandemic, unfortunately, during George Floyd.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like,
yeah, it's on my
racism's still here? Oh my God. Yeah, read this book.
It's on my to read list.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the things she said is this book was originally just going to be about racism in Canada from a broad perspective. I've been involved in community work and activism since I was a teenager. So the book was conceived a long time ago. But I've been recently working full time doing street-based outreach with racialized women who were in precarious conditions, including poverty and criminalization.
Right.
I felt that in the Canadian context, there's a general lack of understanding around the country's history with race and racism and the injustices that still exist today. So if you want to learn more about her, her next work, her teachings, definitely go visit her website, which is robynmaynard.com.
I was going to joke around and be like, fuck you, Maine. Fuck, but no, never mind.
I feel like 4 days, does it feel like we've gone through a week of no recording?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a blur for me, but
So
I hear you.
Yeah, this week. I feel like I was away for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks this week.
That's because you like to jam in 80 different things in a weekend.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I had fun at the beach.
Yeah.
Dropped off our youngest at school today because the bus driver, get this, forgot that today was the day that school starts. One job. One job. One job, and it starts today. That's real. Fuck you, Maine. Fuck you, Maine.
I know.
I just found it ludicrous when you told me that. I was like, what?
Yeah, because I called
I'm going to fall on my ass right now.
Yeah, because you've been waiting for almost over 30 minutes now.
Yeah. That's code for the bus driver partied too hard last night at the day before school bash.
Right, long weekend.
Yeah,
Labor
they
Day
were
weekend.
fucking turned up last night. We'll be lucky if any of our kids get to school alive.
Yeah, give people a good 2 days.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
To recover. I forgot. Yeah, long weekend. Right after long weekend.
Yeah. Her bus driver is probably like notorious too in the bus driving community. Oh, Deb? Oh my God.
She's not going to be there on day one.
Oh no, she's never there on day one. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, like it. I know. I couldn't believe she shared that over the phone. Like,
yeah.
Out there like that. Yeah, the bus driver forgot his first day of school because, the thing is here in Toronto.
Like the last thing you want to hear about your child's school bus driver is that they're grossly incompetent.
Yeah. So those bus drivers are getting the recuperation time, recuperating from Labor Day weekend time.
Yeah. Whoops. I forgot my one job. Not a good look, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and
welcome to my world, honey.
And on the way back, they're doing construction on our main street. No, not around there, like around us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So around our place, they're doing construction all down the street, and they dug out this like huge, like, I don't want to call it a pothole, but it's this, they dug out the center of the road because I think they're going to lay down some pipes or they're going to lay down.
Yeah, they're putting in new pipes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And there was a truck. It was a business truck. And they've got huge cones up, like cones that you can't miss at all.
Okay.
And these cones were like protecting the edges of this because this dip goes like 3 feet down.
Yeah, if you go down, it fucks you up in your car.
Yeah. Some guy was stuck in it.
No.
Some guy looked like he was doing a U-turn and his car just blonked right into the hole. And I was like,
wait,
oh
what do you mean?
God.
Did you see the guy go for it?
No. But you could see that he was turning to do like a U-turn or a 3-point turn or something like that, but just completely.
So you saw the movement of doing a.
No, I saw his truck stuck in this hole.
Okay, got it.
And the thing is,
it was a truck, like
oh my God,
a cube truck.
No, it was a pickup truck, but it had one of those like cabs on the back.
Okay.
So like whatever equipment he uses keeps it in the back for that company or whatever it was.
Okay. Oh man.
The thing is I felt bad for him, but I was like, really? Like you didn't see that?
Somebody.
And he looked so embarrassed. Like he was so like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. He's probably going to get fired.
Oh, I hope not.
I hope not either. But surely, you can't miss that hole.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So I
must
felt
have been
bad for him.
distracted.
So I just drove right by.
Oh man.
Honk my horn.
So was he
See you later, buddy.
like kind of like half into the?
His front driver's side wheel was completely in the hole. Like there's no backing out of it. His truck was tilted downwards to the point where the back
Is sticking.
right wheel, the back passenger side was off the ground.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did it look like anything break? Like his wheels? You think his wheels are gonna be fucked up?
It didn't look like anything. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure the whole, this whole chassis or whatever is going to mess up. But yeah. I was like, nah, that's bad, dude. That's bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was there like police by the time, or he's
no?
This
This must have just happened because the construction guy up ahead wasn't even didn't even look like he was interacting with it.
Oh.
Yeah. So it must have just happened, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh, this dude, he's gonna get fired.
Dang.
Yeah.
That is not a good back to school September first day.
No, first day back to work
first day
on the first day of school. Yikes.
He probably was rushing, like, oh shoot,
It's probably late already.
Yeah, like it's good. Traffic's gonna be insane.
Oh, my kid's school bus was late. They forgot it was today.
Oh man, well, I'm glad he's safe.
Yeah,
and hopefully
he looks safe. Just really embarrassed.
Yeah, I'd be embarrassed too.
Yeah. His shoulders were slumped. His face was down. I was just like, oh, you poor guy.
Yeah, that little cute. Yeah, it's very tricky. And well, it's not tricky.
That'll fuck up your week, man.
It's gonna take him a good month to kind of not dream about it, not replay it in his mind.
He's gonna have PTSD.
Oh, he's gonna
he's falling in a hole.
Oh my gosh.
He's falling off a cliff.
Oh, no. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. How about you, baby?
Yeah, it's been busy. I really didn't think I'd be this busy with a couple of things. But other than that, I'm managing and the girls are back to school, which is awesome. And I feel less stress about it compared to the, previous year. We're all trying like, what is this COVID thing? How does this work?
Right.
Is it airborne? Is it not? Like how, what I mean? So now that, we're living with it, I just hope that they're fine. And what makes it a little bit more calm is that less kids, they go to French school, so there's less kids. They're in junior high school. So I'm hoping most of the parents because at that age, they all have access to vaccines.
Right.
So I'm really hoping there seems to be a push in their school board. Like, yeah. I know Ontario and the way that they're running shit is shit.
Okay.
So we're going to try and push in, everyone to just like, nah, you need to have a vaccine. Or like, let's work something out here.
Gotcha.
Like they even make it accessible. They're like, no, there's no excuse. Not only we want everyone to get a vaccine, we would like for you to get a vaccine, but hey, let's make life easy by us also organizing it to have it at the school. Do you know what I mean?
Sounds good to me.
And they did it like, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks before back to school, where they, went to different schools of that particular board for parents, families, and the students to have access to the vaccine. So, and now Pfizer,
get her done.
So Pfizer now is officially, I think, is FDA approved. So I'm sure it's going to get approved here as well. I mean,
it's about freedoms, Shirley. Plural freedoms.
It's yeah. Is it though?
Right. Oh, which reminds me, driving back, you'll never believe the tagline that the Etobicoke North Conservative Party is using on their posters.
What?
Your freedom matters.
No!
I swear to God. Yeah, you can look it up right now. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It really says that.
It really says that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, it's not the first time conservatives use progressive language, but yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised it wasn't freedoms. You don't have to look it up right now, baby.
No, I know, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
I was too.
But am I surprised though?
Right. Right.
At the same time. But oh man. To use this as political is just floors me, man.
Mm-hmm.
It just does.
Mm-hmm.
So
tells you the caliber of the politician.
Well, since you mentioned, I'm going to share where the poll's at, because voting day is what, September 20th.
All right.
So where's the polls at? Oh, where's the polls at?
You know what? You sound like an exotic dancer who really needs to make some money. Where are the polls at?
So right now,
so where's the polls at?
Where's the polls party?
Where's the polls at?
So at the moment, margin narrows again between conservatives and liberals. The conservatives, which is Aaron O'Toole, is at 33.5, so they went down minus 0.5.
Okay. I told you conservatives show up early. They wake up early.
Yeah, and
they go on walks early.
Yeah, this information has been last updated today, September 7, 2021 at 10:34 a.m.
Nice.
Liberals are at, which is Justin Trudeau, is at 31.2%, which is up by 0.1%. New Democratic Party, New Democrat, NDP, Jagmeet Singh is at 20.3%, which is at 0.3% up. Bloc Québécois, which is Yves-François Blanchet, is at 5.9%. People's Party, now they put People's Party. So
right. Right.
Maxime Bernier is at 0.1%, which is up. And Green Party, Annemie Paul, is at 3.4%, which is down by 0.1%.
Oh.
And then the others are 0.9%, which is up by 0.1%.
It just sounds like the Matrix you're throwing at me right now. 01.002, up by 0.405.
But that's where the poll's at.
That's where the poll's at.
That's my snap.
Gotcha.
I saw a guy who did like a... Oh,
right.
It was like a documentary about this guy in Spain who put together a... Oh, what are those dancers? What I know it's not. I was gonna say ballroom. It's not ballroom. Then I was gonna say bolero, but it's not bolero.
Okay.
When they hold on. Oh, flamingo. There we go. Flamingo. And he put a troupe of guys in drag dancing flamingo, and the way he was snap, it was like with just his fingers.
What was it like? Nice.
It was so good.
You sound like a money machine.
Yeah, it was a cute little documentary that I saw on CBC Gem.
Nice.
It was very nice. In the news. Oh wait, hold on. No
What's
news.
that?
No news. I'm way ahead here. What's the word?
Oh, right. Let's do that. The word of the show is quixotic.
I like it.
Quixotic.
Ding 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 ding.
Quixotic.
Ding 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 ding.
Quixotic.
Ding 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 ding.
Quixotic. Quixotic.
Quixotic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me some examples.
Brennan and Dale's quixotic idea to start their karaoke business, Prestige Worldwide, actually turned out to be a successful idea.
Okay. Say that again?
The second clue is Pinky and the Brain's quixotic ideas to take over the world never seem to work out.
Imaginative ideas? Wild ideas? Say the first phrase again.
Brennan and Dale's quixotic idea to start their karaoke business, Prestige Worldwide, actually turned out to be a successful idea.
Not thought of. Like, it's like just kind of like random and just kind of like it's random. It's just.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, something like it's Yes.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
So it is exceedingly idealistic, unrealistic, and impractical. So the clues were Brennan and Dale's quixotic idea to start their karaoke business prestige worldwide actually turned out to be a successful idea. And the second one, Pinky and the Brain's quixotic ideas to take over the world never seemed to work out.
Well, it's more like Brain's idea.
Right.
Pinky's just like along, and he's a supportive friend.
Yes. He's like, sure, let's do it.
He's like, let's do it. As long as we get to hang out, sure.
Yeah. I'm in, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a down ass bitch.
And I love how he like asks questions about Brain's idea. Yeah, but if you do this, wouldn't this happen?
Shut up, Pinky.
Exactly.
You don't know anything.
Okay.
Snarf.
Okay, quixotic.
Quixotic. Quixotic.
Now I'm thinking the word quick and exotic. Grand. Quixotic. Hey man, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna spell it out. okay. I'm gonna spell it out. QUICKSOTIC. There's a letter that I have to remove.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, what is it?
You can try again.
Okay, QUIC. Okay, QUICXOITIC.
Say that again.
I don't know.
I'm gonna give you one more chance at that.
Wait. Okay, quixotic.
Quixotic.
I don't
Quixotic.
know. Quixotic. QUIC. Why am I on the quick? QUICKOTIC.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Sorry, honey.
What is it?
Quixotic. QUIXOTIC. Quixotic.
QUIXOTIC. Damn, why did I want to put the okay,
I don't know.
That makes sense. That makes total sense. And I said quick and exotic. I just need to remove the CK. Makes sense.
You want to hear about things I learned in the Facebook group?
Sure.
All right. It turns out Facebook mislabeled a video of black men as primates.
That's right. What,
Yeah.
do you know what happened?
So if you watch the video posted by the UK tabloid and right-wing propaganda rag, the Daily Mail, also known as the Daily Fail, which featured black men, you would have received an auto prompt asking whether you wanted to keep seeing videos about primates. They're trying to blame it on the AI, but just like Eddie said in the Shirley and Clove podcast group, garbage in, garbage out.
Damn.
I also heard about Candace Owens got refused service from a private clinic for COVID test.
Yeah, they even like emailed her back like this letter.
Yeah, the way they turned her down was kind of fucked up, though. They reminded her that she would have to use the public testing facilities that were not as good or reliable. And they said they turned her down because of the lies she had spread about COVID. But she still is deserving of a vaccine or still deserving of testing. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't think they should have like turned her down.
Right.
But, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was weird that they gated her from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because of what she's saying?
Yeah, it's they're like, we don't want to see your face.
Yeah, even though you disagree with what they're saying, you're in the public health industry and everyone is deserving of public health.
I mean, trust, like if I want to like, I'd love to deny her, but we can't.
I mean, a COVID test, that's,
it's not the humane thing
Yeah,
to do.
maybe a table at McDonald's, sure. Fuck
right, yeah. Like she can go out. She could definitely go someplace.
So no food, but you know, she got to get COVID tested.
Yeah. But that letter, though.
Yeah. Sorry, but not sorry.
We don't want to see your face.
Yeah. Thanks for spreading lies. No testing for you.
Exactly.
Off to the public sector, which was kind of fucked up for them to say that. So
yeah.
Now you have to deal with the schlebs in the public sector. We're elitist snobs. You lied about us. Therefore, no service for you.
No service for you, lady. Oh, and she said that she wanted to, like, you know, point out that it was racist, that it was because of racism that this happened to her.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
We're like, moving on.
Sure.
Is that all that you learned?
Yeah. Well, that's not all I learned, but it's all that popped out to me that I wanted to run by you on the show.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Shout out to Eddie in the Facebook group. Now in the news.
News. I like the news. What is in the news? Yay, the news is not bad.
Did you know in Canada, mail-in ballots are still inaccessible for blind voters?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like the way that they're explaining it, that so the Council of Canadians with Disabilities is calling on the government to do more for blind Canadians, pointing out that the special ballot to vote by mail is useless to blind voters unless you gain aid from a sighted person, impeding their right to vote in secret. So, yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, so it's
I'm
not
glad
like,
you broke that down because I was like, how? Okay.
right.
Yeah.
And then they're telling people like, oh, well, you can just make an appointment or reach out. Like if you do it early, then we can have all these accessibilities for you.
What we aren't going to do
requires someone who is a sighted person.
Yeah.
Who is, man, like.
What we're not going to do is make anything accessible to you in Braille. Or in any way that you could do this, you know?
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so due to the pandemic, there are voters who want to vote by mail. This is a perfect example of like, a group of people who are blind or is it seeing impaired or viewing? Yeah, I think seeing impaired. Like who needs
people who can't see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blind or like mail-in ballot makes sense.
It makes sense all the way around.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that just can't get to the ballots.
Yeah.
Anybody who's opposed to mail-in voting is supporting like voter suppression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they said, so for blind voters for whom print is a barrier, the mail-in special ballot, which is a printed paper ballot, is proving problematic since ballots need to be filled out exactly in order to be counted. A blind voter would need the assistance of a sighted person to verify that they had filled out the ballot correctly. That's how they're coming back at them.
Oh, so they're saying you're not smart enough to fill your own ballot. So
we want to make sure that it's actually you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's best that you come and then we'll have someone help you.
No.
You can do it early.
No sirs and yams. No sirs and yams.
Yeah. So the inaccessible special ballot robs blind voters of the right to be voting in secret, which is a key principle of democracy.
Yeah, we're going to stand right next to you and make sure that you vote correctly.
Right, and that's actually you, which is bogus.
That's wild.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you're in the army, like if you're in the military, and it's like right now, they get a mail-in, right?
Oh, yeah, anybody. I think you can get, like, if you're living outside of Canada, you can request a mail-in. And
aren't, like, people who are incarcerated.
They're available is what I'm saying.
Yeah, here in Canada, people who are incarcerated, who are in prison, they can vote as well.
Yeah, I don't know if can they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Like, is it mail-in? Well, I don't know. I don't think it's mail-in. They probably bring people to the facility. I don't know how that works. I don't know what's the logistic on that.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it's saying we've been hearing that the mail-in ballot process is not one that can be negotiated independently by all blind voters. That's what the CCD release stated, that they have been calling for other methods to vote for years, such as adding the ability to vote through accessible voting machines.
Right.
That has Braille.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's another way.
Yeah.
Why can't you do that?
All these excuses I'm hearing is basically saying, like, no, we don't want to help blind people.
Yeah.
We don't want to help secure democracy for blind people or privacy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, they're like, it's too much work, man.
Oh, man. Seriously, man? Come on.
Right.
Like, all that work for just some blind people? Come on.
Yeah.
That's all I hear when I hear people say, like, well, we just want to make sure that they're doing it right.
Yeah, exactly. So there's like, this does not address the issue of voters. That's how they're coming back, being entitled to a secret voting process, CCD pointed out. The CCD release stated that they have been, I've already mentioned. We are not seeking an end to the paper ballot, but the addition of accessible voting options so that all voters can exercise their franchise independently and in secret. The Accessible Canada Act, which came into effect in 2019, was intended to eliminate barriers and provide greater opportunities for disabled Canadians. It did not specifically include promises for making the voting process more accessible.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Canadians sure come across like it's only a little amount of people that don't have access to freedom. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's okay.
It's all right.
You know what? I'll help them. I'll go out of my way to help them. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't deserve the same privacy and democracy.
Right?
They don't deserve that. You're gonna try and like convince them that they don't deserve that?
Yeah.
What?
It's messed up.
Come on, man.
In other news, sad news, actor Michael K. Williams, Omar on The Wire, died at the age of 54.
Oof.
I know, right?
Farmer in the Dell.
What?
I think that's what he used to whistle when he was coming through. Yeah. Yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh, fuck, it's Omar."
Really?
Yeah.
Why? He was a scary character?
He would kill anybody he wanted to kill. There was no rules for him. There was no, like, he wasn't reporting to anybody. He was like, "You're fucking shit up on my block."
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, this show sounds like there's a lot of things that I'm missing here.
Yeah, you need to watch it. It's really good.
How many seasons is it?
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not that, okay.
Yeah, it's not as long as Sopranos.
Yeah.
And a way better ending.
Yeah. So Michael Williams was, as I mentioned, he was found in his Brooklyn penthouse apartment in New York.
Yeah.
His death was being investigated as a possible drug overdose.
Oh,
The
man.
NYPD said. The medical examiner was investigating the cause of death. Little Stick-Up Boy, based on a real figures from Baltimore, was probably the most popular character among the devoted fan of The Wire.
Yeah.
And I was reading this thing about, and I was curious about his scar.
Yeah.
And he was hanging out with a friend, and these guys like surrounded them, and he was telling his friend, "Okay, come on, like let's go," because you can see like these guys are just kind of they're shady and shit.
Right.
And then one guy was just kind of like kissing his teeth, like kind of like. But what he was actually doing is he had a razor in his mouth.
Oh my God.
And so when he thought the guy was like reaching around his lips, he thought that he was gonna like do a movement of slapping him, but it winded up like he went to his mouth, grabbed the razor, and just kind of like.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then he said him and his friend barely made it out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so he used to dance for like, he danced in like videos for like Missy Elliott, Madonna.
Okay.
I'm like, which video? I'm trying to find where can I see the video?
Right.
But then, so he was a dancer for a while.
Yeah.
And after the scar though, when he would continue being in these music videos, and he said his dancing wasn't like that phenomenal, right?
Yeah. And, you know, in all honesty, his acting was, you know, good, but it wasn't great. But you could tell that he brought his entirety to the role. Do you know what I mean? He didn't half step anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after the scar and him continuing to show up in these music videos, it actually changed his life. It provided him to get now like roles like The Wire, basically.
Yeah.
It went from, okay, he has the scar, and now they're like, but he always would be put in these thug roles, you know? So he would be like, why don't you like hold the dice in the video and just like, you know, or why don't you like do like you're going to beat up somebody in the video, you know what I mean? And then that just kind of progressed to one day Tupac saw him and had him in a video to play like his little brother, I think.
Okay.
And then that eventually led him to.
Okay, I think I'm having a flash. Yeah, okay,
really?
keep going.
And then that eventually led him to kind of get the roles because of that scar to, you know, to get The Wire.
That's wild.
Yeah. So he was saying like, you know, he's absolutely nothing like the character that he played in The Wire. As a matter of fact, like he was surprised at how like it catapulted his not only his career but people noticing him and how he was like he's like, it's crazy because I'm playing a character of like that character is the kind of guys who used to like beat me up all the time. Like, he used to be picked on a lot. Yeah. And the character he plays are the type of guys who would pick on him. Right. Right. So reading that, it's like, it sounds like he was like a really sensitive guy.
Well, his character in The Wire was so authentic and came across as so like real that when I saw him in something afterwards, I had to disconnect from Omar.
Really?
Yeah, I had to tell myself like, okay, that's not Omar. You're not watching The Wire.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did a great job, an outstanding job. I hope like he must have won something for that.
Yeah, he said so in one interview that he did back in 2016 on Stephen Colbert, The Late Show. I had very low self-esteem growing up, a high need to be accepted, a corny kid from the projects. Right. So all of a sudden I'm like, Omar, I'm getting respect from people who probably would have took my lunch money as a kid. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh man, this makes it so sad.
Right? Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, definitely R.I.P. I was shocked. I was like, I saw his picture on my phone and I was like, why is he showing up on my phone? I don't like this. And sad news. Yeah. Actor John Cusack tweeted that his portrayal of Little was among the greatest performances on TV and film has ever seen.
Agreed.
Wendell Pierce, the guy who's like, who played Detective William Bunk Moreland.
Bunk, yeah.
Yeah. He wrote...
I was McNulty's partner sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, I really have to watch this show.
Yeah.
He said, the depth of my love for this brother can only be matched by the depth of my pain learning of his loss. He said, an immensely talented man with the ability to give voice to the human condition, portraying the lives of those humanity is seldom elevated until he sings their truth. I mean, yeah. So rest in peace, R.I.P. In the last amount of news, a Michigan parent owes their son, over $30,000 for tossing out his prize porn collection. You just don't do that, mom and dad.
Wait a minute.
You just don't do that.
Wait a minute.
It was his.
You said
yes.
$30,441
to be precise.
Oh my God, that is so much porn. That's like so much porn, Shirley. Most porn.
I can't believe that you're stuck on that. Not like this is like ludicrous. Like,
it is.
Parents.
Do you know how much porn there is for free online?
Yeah,
it's all free.
Well, maybe he's like older generation.
Maybe he has an acquired taste, an expensive taste.
And you know what? The U.S. District Judge Paul Maloney ruled that David Working's parents had no right to throw out the collection of films, magazines, and other items. Just no right.
No right.
So yeah, you should be.
Did they take into consideration that he's living at home?
Right.
Did they take that into consideration?
Right.
$30,000 on porn and you can't go spend some rent somewhere?
Right. This happened in Grand Haven, Michigan. Yeah.
I would say call it even because your parents are paying your rent.
Yeah. He's 43, by the way.
Oh my God. He won that shit.
Yeah.
He won that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He said they had no right to throw out his collection. And he's lived with he's been living at home for 10 months after a divorce before moving to Muncie, Indiana.
So 10 months. Yeah. So that equals what? $3,000 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'd be interested to find out like why he was divorced. If it's because of his porn habit.
Oh, but you know what? Let's add to it.
Super expensive porn habit.
Not only they have to pay back the $30,000.
Cocaine habits aren't even that expensive. $30,000. You can smoke crack for cheaper.
I don't know, like how, like when his parents found the time or anything, but
right.
So not only they have to pay that 30,000+, right? 30K, I mean. Working's parents also must pay 14K to their son's attorney, I mean.
Oh, they got to pay the court fees.
Yeah. His lawyers and stuff. Yeah.
Listen, those parents got jacked.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, so I think he found out that they did this through an email. Maybe he went out somewhere. I don't know. But his dad sent in an email that said, "Frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all this stuff."
Right.
I'm taking you to court, Mama, Dad.
$30,000.
Yeah.
$30,000, Shirley.
You're really trying to put, like, that's a lot. That's what you're saying. Like,
That's a down payment on a house.
You can open a shop with that.
Yeah.
You can open a porn collectible shop.
Yeah. Yeah. He could become a porn distributor.
Maybe he was collecting. Are there such thing as like there's gotta be.
You think maybe this was his business and he was making money off of these videos?
No, he probably was collecting, like, is there porn toys? Well, I mean,
don't
not like,
understand.
no, seriously. Like, is there toys of porn stars? Like, you know how, like,
yes.
Like, you know how you get for, like, Spider-Man toy, Batman toy? Is there, like, that with porn stars?
Yeah, there's fleshlights that are like porn star replicas or some
right.
shit. Yeah.
So probably he has those. He probably has like
yeah, but they didn't say toy collection.
No, they said other
collection.
Porn. Yes.
Okay.
Consist of like like
so he has
films,
a $30,000
other items.
So he's got a $30,000 porn addiction, and the judge is like, yeah, let's keep enabling this.
Yeah. And when the dad's like, no,
yeah,
I'm not. You're in my house.
Okay, I hope
Why
somebody
don't you
tells
put this
me
in
that
storage.
Right. Or on the cloud.
No, he's 40. What did I say? He's 43.
Yeah.
So he probably has been collecting since 20 some years old.
How do you prove damages to that?
What do you mean?
So they deleted his shit and threw out all his stuff, right?
No, they didn't delete. Like, they got rid of all the porn stuff.
Okay.
His collectibles.
So did he have like...
He must have had like magazines that are like, oh, you only have 20 magazines of whatever the name of the magazine.
Right.
And on the front cover, it's that particular.
So this wasn't digital porn. This is all physical. Like, tangible pornography.
Collections.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
So it could have been flashlights.
You know what? It could have been like
films that are like only
mint condition Playboys or mint condition penthouses that are like rare or something.
Right, that they only print 100 in the world.
Okay.
So he must have had those kind of things.
So he's got a business, right? Let's grant him that he had a business.
It's his collectible.
Yeah, like baseball cards. That can be a business and collectibles.
Okay, right, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Trying to throw him some grace here, Shirley. $30,000.
You think it's a business when you collect? Why do I not think it's a business if you collect?
Why wouldn't it be a business? Well, it's not a business that generates steady income.
Right, so it's not a business.
But there's a business in buying and trading collectibles, including porn collectibles.
Okay, if you're trading, sure, it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just collecting just to have in your house, that's not a business. It's a collection.
Right.
It's a hobby.
But he's got the receipts for all this stuff, obviously, because he was able to break it down.
I don't even count it as a hobby. I think it's just a collection.
Oh, my God. It has to be for trading and buying and selling.
Maybe.
It has to be.
You know what? He just got divorced.
He's like, you know what? I like porn. I'm going to go all in and start collecting and trading porn.
Maybe he was planning to use that as his out. Like, he's recently divorced. Maybe I'm going to start planning to sell and trade my porn so I can have some money to move out of my parents' house now that I'm, so I could.
You know what?
I don't know.
This guy.
He could have put it in storage.
His parents clearly saw this as a problem in his life.
Yeah, and it's their house.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't.
Yeah, you know what? We don't need stacks of big ass wet titties.
David, it's taking the whole basement.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
It's ridiculous.
It's wild.
Right? Yeah. That's it for the news.
My gosh. This dude.
I'm trying to justify, like,
Oh.
well, maybe he was trying
Yeah,
to, like,
come on. He can't be $30,000. That's whack. That can't be just private consumption. That cannot be private consumption. There's no way.
What do you mean?
Like, it can't just be for personal use. It's got to be to generate some kind of income. Like, it's got to be like he's invested $30,000 in pornography, and then he's gonna like make some money off it. It's got to be.
Don't know. Maybe
His parents disagree. Anyways,
yeah, maybe he wanted to like make a business, and his parents just like took away his dream.
speaking of wild stories,
Bible scriptures, 90210.
all right, Shirley, I hope you got your Bible app ready. Because it's time for Bible Scriptures 90210. And this is the part of the Shirley and Quote podcast where I share with the love of my life and you, the listener, what I've read in the Bible so far and parody it by trying to make it sound all edgy and shit.
Ah,
So last time we heard about David kicking the shit out of the Amorites and the Arameans. And tonight's players are David's messenger, Joab, and Uriah.
okay.
So we're going to second book of Samuel, chapter 11. I call this one Just the Two of Us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we tried. Just the two of us. You and I.
All right. So we fade from black and we see David on his roof looking at the sunrise. What?
You know what? Leslie's
What?
right. David's a rock star. He really does embody.
Oh, wait.
This kind
Just
of,
but wait.
this rock star kind of
So he's standing there basking in the sun. And the Bible tells us that it's springtime, which is usually when kings do some war stuff. But David, for some reason, decided to stay home this season and gave all his orders to his army captain, Joab, who we find out has killed all the Ammonites and was currently trying to take over a place called Ramah.
Okay. I really love to know what's the genocide count so far.
I'll have to get that number for you later.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe next time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as David starts to stretch and yawn, he notices a woman on another rooftop who is just finishing up her bath.
She was doing a TikTok, wasn't she?
Right. Yes. It was a TikTok. It was more like only fans, but you know.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
So he
Roof
stares.
bathing.
Right.
That's a dream.
That's right. In the sunrise.
What? Living the dream.
Yeah. So he stares for a while to watch her and then finds out from one of his servants that her name is Bathsheba
Oh.
and that she is married to a Hittite man named Uriah, who was currently out fighting in Job's battalion.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
David sends one of his messengers over to Bathsheba to bring her back to his place. Soon after she arrives, they have sex. And sometime
girl.
after Bathsheba returns,
And David.
and sometime after Bathsheba returns to David to tell him that she's pregnant.
Ooh.
So don't leave your girls around David.
At all.
So then David sent a messenger to Joab, who was in battle, to send Uriah back to the house of David. When David saw Uriah, he looked super happy and was all like, Uriah, nice to finally meet you.
Who's Uriah? That's Bathsheba's?
Bathsheba's husband.
Oh, David.
Right. So he's like, nice to finally meet you.
He gonna kill you, dude.
How's Joab doing? How's the war coming along? How about the soldiers? They good? You should go home for a while and wash those dusty feet. A little while later, David sends a gift to Uriah's home.
Poison.
But the servants who were carrying the gift saw that Uriah was sleeping in David's servants' quarters along with the other servants. When David saw Uriah the next day, he was a little puzzled. And he was all like, why didn't you go home, bro? Don't you want to get cleaned up from all the war stuff? So Uriah was a little embarrassed and was all like, I feel you, David, but all my soldier buddies are in tents and camping out while they rest from doing war stuff. The ark is nearby. If I went to my home, I would just be eating till I'm full and having sex with my wife. Not a good look right now.
Okay.
because all his buddies are in war and he doesn't want to be living the good life.
Oh, right.
Got it?
Okay, got it.
So David thinks for a second and is all like, oh, yeah, I see what you mean, but you got to stay over just one more night because tonight we're going to eat big food and get stupid drunk.
Oh, man.
So they partied together, and Uriah didn't go home for that night either. In the morning, David saw Uriah getting ready to leave and was all like, oh, shit, before I forget, can you do me a solid and give this letter to Joab when you see him? Mm-hmm. So Uriah felt obliged to help and was all like, you got it, fam. I got you. Once Uriah saw Joab, he gave him the letter, and Joab opened it right away, and it read,
kill his ass.
Dear Joab, please be sure to bring Uriah with you on some really hard fights, and then leave him hanging to die the second you get a chance. Forever yours, David.
Ooh.
So Joab,
Ooh, David.
so Joab looks at Uriah with a smile and is all like, looks like it's you and me, kid.
Wow.
And that was the last we heard from Uriah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Cut to after the battle, and Joab is handing over the entire battle summary to a messenger to send to David. As soon as the messenger grabs the papers, Joab is all like, listen, when King David reads the part where we get really close to the city, he might overreact and bring up old shit. So just respond with, Uriah is dead as well, and he should lighten up a bit.
Okay.
So David reacted as Joab predicted, but then was all like, thanks for letting me know, fam. Tell Joab to not let this get to him. War is war, and when you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Chin up and go kick some more ass.
Wow. If only people who've said this line knew.
David is
That
scandaloso.
this comes from a scandaloso story. So now if people go, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, I'd be like, you scandalous.
They don't say it like word for word like that, but it's around that. Yeah,
I
theme.
know.
Okay.
I've heard this in Sunday school. I just didn't know that the whole power kind of shade, you know, kind of, story.
Yeah.
As to why this line was said.
Right. Well, maybe it's not just that spot. Like maybe it's multiple spots.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
So we cut to Bathsheba, who is crying about the news of her ex-husband dying in battle. Once David saw that she was over it, he moved her into his house, and they got married, and they ended up with a boy child.
How many wives is that by now?
Meanwhile, cut to God looking down at David, and he does not approve.
Of course. I was just going to say, this is going to come back to you.
Fade to black.
Because God didn't tell you to do this.
End of chapter 11.
And you just decide to do this on, yeah.
God is shaking his head so hard right now.
God didn't tell you to do this. And you just kind of, you know what? It's power, man. David, where's that young little harp person who used to help Saul with the demons and stuff? And, and now you're this.
Fun Bible facts. The name Uriah is of Hebrew origin, a theophoric name referencing Yahweh, meaning the Lord Yahweh is my light. Theophoric names are names that embed a God's name into it to invoke and display the protection of that deity.
Okay.
So other theophoric names are Dennis, referencing Dionysus.
Oh.
Martin, referencing Mars. Apollonia, referencing Apollo.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So, next time we'll hear about God killing one of David's babies.
Oh my gosh.
David and Bathsheba having another son, and David collecting more slaves.
Wow.
Yep.
I was gonna say something gonna happen to the boy, and the boy is gonna be God's gonna tell the boy to kill David.
Think so? Revenge!
That was not in the note, and he just took
was not the memo.
that upon himself. Just not cool, man. Pass the plate and donate. Pass the plate and donate. Pass the plate and donate. Pass the plate, you gotta donate. Well, we learn about the second book of Samuel.
Chapter 11.
Chapter 11. David's staying home chilling on the roof. He sees Bathsheba's taking some kind of bath on the roof. They have sex. She gets pregnant. Uriah, her husband, comes back. He gets him killed. He dies. And then they marry and shit. Pass the plate. And donate. Pass the plate. And donate. Pass the plate. And donate. Pass the plate. You gotta donate. Well, go to ChonillaNetwork.com, and when you get to the website, click at the top right corner. You'll see a donate button, and your donation is greatly appreciated to keep the show going. And while you're at it, while you're listening to the show, get on your phone, your Apple Podcast, Podchaser, leave a 5-star review so more people can discover the Shirley and Chloe podcast. Yeah.
Nice.
I have a joke for you before we go.
All right, lay it on me.
What do you call a seagull that flies over the bay?
What do you call a seagull that flies over the bay? A bicycle.
Oh, you were kind of close. It's a bagel.
A bagel. Stupid portmanteaus. They get me every time.
Oh, yes. Again, go visit ShownillaNetwork.com for the show notes and also to discover amazing shows like Uncolonized. By the way, shout out to Uncolonized. I'm getting a lot of people be like, I really like Uncolonized. So shout out to Gavin and Daniel from Uncolonized. Check out other shows like Interracial John, the Black Canadian content creators that is going to relaunch new season for October. And our show.
Yeah, Uncolonized is putting in some really hard work to give you some really great content.
Yes, and also we are so happy, and it's been a while, but we're so happy to also have in the network Creative to Creative with Tristan Barracks. Go check him out. He's an amazing artist, an amazing digital storyteller, photographer. Congratulations on an amazing cover of a super cool magazine cover that he just landed. So Creative to Creatives with Tristan Barracks. And these are all the amazing shows that you can find on the ChonillaNetwork.com site, or just subscribe, search for Chonilla Network on your podcast player to find all the shows, including ours. Tweet us, the TSAC podcast. That's the Shirley and Chloe podcast on Twitter. And use the hashtag TSACP. That's TSACP. Every time. TSACP. And if you've learned anything, have a question or feedback about the episode, again, write it as a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or on podchaser.com, and we'll definitely read it on the show. Or send us an email. That's tsacpodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's tsacpodcast@gmail.com. What's the quote, baby?
Within the media, the way that women are portrayed, especially young women, sometimes there's a lot of sexual objectification, and I would say lad culture. These are all things that connect with domestic abuse. And that was Georgina Campbell, who was an actor from the UK, who won the 2015 BAFTA TV Award for Best Actress in 2014.
Nice. Till tomorrow. Talk to you later.
Peace and tons of love.
Wait, you're still listening to podcasts? Well, if you love this episode so much, just head over to iTunes or Spotify to subscribe and leave a review, I guess.